for all women and girls, rights, equality, and empowerment. International Women's Day 2025. She took the baton from her mother, using the solid foundation to organically expand and branch out while maintaining an already global reputation. How were you introduced to the world of food and hospitality?
So of course it started as a little girl looking at my mother creating all these wonderful dishes, and then not just feeding her family but going out to actually sell these dishes. She first started off at the corner of Tobago and where the intersection is where the airport is, and at that time it was Columbus Snack It, and she started selling ice cream and sauce, which was a popular street food at the time. And of course, she graduated into selling the local curry crab and dumpling, pilau, and it just increased over time.
What were some of your challenges and greatest successes?
Of course, the challenges are there. Being on an island where the labor market is even more shrinking because most persons are attached to the Tobago House of Assembly for employment. Looking for persons in this traditional field sometimes can be difficult. That's one thing. The next thing is that, my mother was part of the business. She was the brand, and she infused her personality into her food. And of course, translating that sometimes could get convoluted. So that has been two of the major challenges so far, but we've been able to I've been able to stay in business for over 10 years since I've taken over, and that has been my also greatest success. Taking the brand into places and spaces that it had never been before was one of, the major success. We actually went into Trinidad, did a couple pop-ups, and we actually ventured into catering pre-COVID. So there are things that we are actually involved in before that my mom was only selling at the beach at the time. Of course, since then, she's been featured in magazines, trade publications all over the world, and we've continued in that vein. So we've been featured in places like Huffington Post, CNN, Wall Street Journal Online, and all sorts of publications. I think the last one I saw was in Sainsbury, which is a English brand publication. And so I'm very, very happy and proud that we've been able to take the brand all over the world, so to speak. The Nest is a natural progression from our food offering into the entire hospitality field. And so I offer an Airbnb space at this location, as well as we have the commercial kitchen. We've also now and newly started off our newest brand, which is Swing By. It's a local barbecue brand that we are doing every weekend, and it's all part of the offering of hospitality and, of course, all things food.
How do you think we can achieve equality and empowerment and ensure rights for all women and girls?
All right, we have to continue from very young to provide educational opportunities, leadership and mentoring for girls in the space. And then, of course, celebrating every year helps to amplify the role of women in society. Yeah.
Why is it important to celebrate International Women's Day annually?
It's very important because we must celebrate how far we've come, but we must also look at how far we still have to go. So when we celebrate every year, we bring together the voices. We look at all the things that women have achieved so far. I mean, right here in Tobago, we now have our first female Deputy Chief Secretary. We've seen in Trinidad and Tobago our first woman Prime Minister, and so far 2 presidents. And I think those are things that have to be amplified so that every year when we celebrate, we look at our successes and we build on those successes and promises of a better future and brighter future for our young girls.
For all women and girls, rights, equality, and empowerment, the Office of the Parliament celebrates International Women's Day 2025.